Good morning. I'd like to call this hearing to order. I'd like to start by thanking our witnesses, especially the small business owners who have traveled from different parts of the country and for being here. Today we are going to take a look back at all the executive actions President Obama has taken throughout his presidency and that have a direct effect on the federal contractors. More specifically, we want to examine how these actions have affected small firms that do business with the federal government. Throughout this Congress, our full committee, as well as several of our subcommittees, including mine and Mr. Hanna's, have held hearings highlighting the negative outcomes of several of these actions, doing our best to defend the small business community. Regrettably, President Obama either wasn't listening or worse, he simply ignored our appeals. For example, last September, Mr. Hanna and I held a joint hearing discussing the negative outcomes on small businesses would have face should Executive Order 13673, commonly referred to as the blacklisting rule, become final. We received testimony at that hearing that would undermine the government's longstanding policy of maximizing contracting opportunities for small businesses and that it was an opportunity to extort settlements out of small businesses. These pleas were ignored by the Department of Labor, and the blacklisting rule became final on August 24th. The blacklisting rule is one of many new federal regulations that have been spawned by by President's decree, hampering economic growth in our small businesses and communities. Aside from the circumventing of the Congress legislative authority, I am particularly concerned that these executive actions will lead to fewer small businesses participating in the federal marketplace. We need a healthy industrial base with many small businesses working to provide the government with innovative goods and cost-effective services. When fewer small businesses compete for federal contracts, the outcome will be less innovation and a higher cost to taxpayers. Regrettably, this exodus has already started. We currently have 100,000 fewer small businesses registered to do business with the federal government than we did just 4 years ago. This is not good for the United States. In a meeting after meeting with my constituents back home in Nevada and listening to small businesses after small business testify before the subcommittee, I have come to the conclusion that Washington regulators, and particularly those appointed in the Obama administration, do not understand how much their actions affect the day-to-day operations of small firms. This is unfortunate, and I hope to work with this administration to make them understand just how difficult they are making it for our small federal contractors. We have an outstanding panel here today with us this morning, and I'm very interested in hearing how bad it's getting out there for our small federal contractors. We'll keep yelling. Maybe the President will finally hear us. And now I yield to the ranking member, Ms. Adams, for her opening statement.